Hi everybody, welcome back. We're going to be doing Naruto Sage mode this time. So he's got his orange eyes with the frog-like pupils in it. I think it's his pose from when he appeared for the start of the battle against Pain, as far as I know. So it's, well, his pose doesn't really matter because I'm just doing head and shoulders anyway. So, but he has that strap, you know, going across his shoulder, and his sort of red robe on. So let's go. We'll start middle of our page this time. So middle here across, and we're going to start with his right eye. So right eyelid. So we're going to go across like so. This gets to a point and comes down this way. And then this is gonna curve down here to the tear duct, like so. So we have a square type shape just here. Just thicken up maybe that edge a little bit. And then what we're gonna do is bring this across the bottom, try and keeping it a lighter line than the top line. So we're gonna go across like this. So our top line usually in eyelids is thicker. In manga anyway, is usually just a bit thicker than the bottom. Like so. Then in there, he has his iris and pupil. So we're gonna bring this around, circular as we can. And then he has his long pupil in here. It's like a minus sign, minus symbol, like this. And then of course he has the orange section that goes around the side of his eye. So this is going to start right here on the top eyelid. It's going to come out here, like so. And then it's going to curve back around and go under. So it's going to curve back this way. And then it's going to go back in underneath. Like so. In the manga, it's just all black there. But in the anime, it's orange. So now we're going to measure eye distance. So measure his eye. Come across about the same distance again. And that's where his next eye is going to start. So we're going to bring it up just like this side. From the tear duct, like so, curve it across here, thicken it up maybe as we go, and then we're going to bring it down this side. Then we can go across the bottom, slightly thinner than the top. If we can, like so. And then in there we have his iris and his pupil. Circular. Trying our best to keep it circle. And then we have the pupil, that long pupil, just in here. Frog-like eyes. And then if you wanted, you can thicken up the top line just here a bit more. And then we'll add his orange mark that's on his eye just back here. So, like the other side, we're going to bring it up, curve it up this way. First. And then it's going to come back around. So it's going to come around here. Try and keep it similar to the other side. Check in every now and then. We don't go too far. Like this. And then this is going to come back in and under his eye just in here. like so. Now his eyebrow, so we just have a line here and a line here. He's frowning, and then this comes up and goes under his headband, so we can't see it all. Stops about there, and then this comes up under his headband, stops about there. Same on this side, like so, and then same over here, like so. He has his nose just in here, comes down beside his eye, and we have another frown line just here. Now, so we can come down just another bit down the middle of his face, add nostrils. And then his mouth, he's got a serious sort of downward turned mouth. So to do that, we're going to do a straight line first across, and then the edges of his mouth turn down. So we have one that comes down here, and then another one that comes down here. We have a line just for his bottom lip here. And then his chin is just down here. So now to frame in his face, we're going to bring his jaw up. So we change direction, change the angle. We're going to bring it up all the way to where his ear would be, which is about here. Same on the other side. All the way up. And then here he has his marks on his face, those cat-like whisker marks, like so. And then on the other side, bigger on top, smaller as they go down. 3 of them on each side. So now you can check, we have all his facial features done, his face mostly framed in. You can check if everything's in proportion. So the eyes here, the nose is usually halfway, the nostrils anyway are usually halfway between the chin and the eyes about, and the mouth is usually halfway, the bottom lip is usually halfway between the chin and the nose. So you can test those things now before we move on. Hit the pause button, help yourself out, and fix anything you need to. So then the ear just goes underneath his headband, which is just across here. So we'll draw on the headband first. So we'll go right across like so. And then his ear comes down here and around to his earlobe like this. He has a sideburn, piece of yellow hair sticking down here. And the same on the other side. So we do the ear, curve line, going down to his jaw. And then we have a sideburn just here. And then we have those bones and ligaments inside his ear. So we do, easiest way is just like a letter J like that. But you can go add more details if you want. More bones basically. Keep adding until it kind of looks ear-like. So now his hair and the rest of his headband. So the headband comes up here to the side, goes underneath his hair. So it comes up the side here, goes under his hair, goes under his hair here too. So we just have a hair spike here, another one here, another small one there, and then this comes up and back down. Top of the headband then comes across like so, hits another hair spike here, another one then comes down like that, and then we have the metal plate inside. So this is going to curve across, slight curve on it, comes down underneath the hair and then comes back under the other side. It's a box rectangle shape with rounded edges. That's all it is. It has just a bit of an edge to it, so we're going to just give it a lip here, coming down across these sides, following that same shape back up like so, and then we can add the bolts. 1, 2, 3, and maybe we can see just one here, maybe half one underneath there. Then of course the leaf symbol, so easiest way is just a spiral with a tail, and then a beak sticking off here. So we will do the spiral first. So we'll start in the middle, so about there, and then we're going to bring this around like so first, and then you can give it that tail that sticks up, and then the beak that's just here, the triangle that sticks off the front like so. If you wanted, of course, you can double up that line to make it look like it's scratched in, or you can leave it like so. It's probably simpler like that. And then the rest of his hair, so it's just hair spikes that go all the way around. So we have some pointing down first on this side, some pointing down on this side, pointing down, and then they start to go sideways and then up and around, kind of like a clock. So it goes this way, like 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock, come this way, 1 o'clock, 12, and then next one, 11. See, like a clock, so imagine the numbers of a clock. Back down the other way. Checking every now and then the last one in there. Then he has some just behind his collar of his uniform, but well, I guess we'll draw that first. So we do his neck here, 2 lines just for his neck, and then they join that top of his collar that's bumpy. So we have a bump, a bump, a bump. We have a smaller bump for the top of his zipper, and then bigger bumps that come across like so. Then we have the bit that goes around the back of his neck, and then down the front of that collar there, we have the part that goes around his neck here. And this comes down the side here. And then you can put in those spikes for hair. So you can put one in here. Many as you want, really, maybe a couple more here. Like so. And then he has a zipper that goes right down the middle. So we'll add just a little circle here, and then the top of the zipper, the bottom part that you grab with your finger. And then this is going to curve down all the way the middle of his clothes, the zip line that goes the whole way down. And then across here we're going to add more bumps for the bottom. So we're going to go bumping again. 1, 2, 3 across like so, and then we'll do the same thing here. 1, 2, 4 on this side, actually 4 here. And then we'll just add those lines. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Maybe one more here. Same on this side. Just these folding lines for his clothes. Now, so we're nearly there. We just have to do his shoulders. So shoulders come across and off the page here on the side. This one comes across as well, bumping every now and then because he's got clothes on, so it's not perfectly straight. It's like slightly wavy, just for folds and bumps that clothes have. And then he has that strap that's holding a huge scroll on his body. So this strap comes all the way across his chest, so it goes down and off. The other side of it is here, real big strap. It has an edge to it, just here. Same on the other side. And then maybe some fold lines wherever you feel like putting it. He has his armpit line, just here. And another one, say, here. And then the inside of his robe that he has on here, this is red, this is black. And maybe just a couple of 4 lines just in here for his clothes. One maybe coming across here. And, oh, and his pieces of his headband, the back, the tied part that comes out from his head. So we just have some lines that come off real long off the page there. And it has 2 sections, so 4 lines all together. Like so. And I think that's it. Yeah, how to draw Naruto Sage Mode. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video.